Sasha. Okay, guys, so just standard conditions. Net device, 25 seconds between points. And Hawkeye, if you want to challenge, please say challenge. No delays between the first and the second serve. Any question? No. So ATP is heads, and this is tails. Sasha?
Heads.
Heads. Tails, Roger.
I receive.
Receive. One picture, please.
Winning the toss there and electing to receive first. What do you make of that decision?
Well, maybe wanting a game just to ease himself in, not put the pressure on so quickly. And also, in the last match, Zverev struggled in his opening service game. We saw 3 double faults come in, so maybe Federer thinking, go on then. You've been having trouble with those double faults. Let's see if a few come out in the first game once again.
Yeah, first serve percentage was decent. He was serving bombs with the first serve, but the second serve was a real issue for the German once again this year. And you feel if he is to claim another win over the 20-time Grand Slam winner, then that is something that will have to be on point today. This is the situation. Big shock, of course, earlier on. Novak Djokovic defeated by Steph Tsitsipas in what was a superb match and a stunning performance from the 6th seed. He will meet the man who has the most form right now on the ATP World Tour, and that is Daniil Medvedev, who came through against Fabio Fognini 6-3, 7-6. So Fognini's chances of qualifying for the season-ending championships have taken a little bit of a dent. And of course, we've still got a couple of players who'll be hoping to be in the mix. Sasha Zverev against Federer. Following this one, we'll have Matteo Berrettini who'll take on Dominic Thiem. So come the end of this evening, that picture will have formed its shape a little bit more with regards to the top 8 in London. So Sasha Zverev, well, we've talked a lot about his so-called struggles this year. I mean, it's not bad, is it, when you consider he's 22 years of age and we say the word struggle, and yet he is not too far away from qualifying for London again. And, you know, he's won a lot of matches this year. He's won a title in Geneva once again. And it looks as though, Naomi, that things might have turned a corner with regards to his form. He changed his racket just before the US Open, got a heavier in the handle. Had a great performance at the Labour Cup where he won the deciding rubber there against Milos Raonic, and then a semi-finals appearance in Beijing. And so far this tournament, he's won a couple of tough matches against Shardy and Rublev. Do you think a corner has been turned?
Yeah, I think actually a little while ago he took some really good strides. I mean, when you use the word struggle, I would definitely apply that to earlier in the season. In and around Indian Wells, Miami, probably all the way through to the middle of the clay court season, he was struggling. He didn't look right, didn't look confident, wasn't playing with the conviction really. But then as that clay court season got going, I mean, if anything's going to give him a boost, he loves playing on the clay, of course, and he really did well there. He picked up that title in Geneva and then reached the quarterfinals of Roland Garros, which is his best result in a slam, reaching the quarterfinals. So for him, I think that was really the start. And since then, he has been playing very well. Not his absolute best, but he's been very good.
And he's going to have to be very good, perhaps his absolute best today against Roger Federer, second seed here in Shanghai. Of course, winner here in 2014 and 2017. Was a semi-finalist last year. It's been another stunning year, hasn't it, really, in truth, for Roger Federer. How do you feel he will assess his 2019 season? No Grand Slams, but plenty of success in other tournaments. Very
good. I think he's got to be relatively happy. Yes, he didn't manage to get over the line. We have a particular heartbreaker to look at. That was at Wimbledon. But he's won a huge amount of matches. He's stayed fit for another full season. That is an excellent effort as well. And I mean, that's the #1 task, so that he's in the mix. He's played some brilliant stuff. He's picked up titles. Okay, he didn't get the Grand Slam that he was looking for, but he had opportunities. He was really in the mix, and still in these big tournaments here in Shanghai. He's now the highest ranked player left in the tournament. You know, he's still winning.
And what is his motivation? I know that's a question that is often asked with the great champion as he gets introduced to this packed crowd here on centre court. But what do you feel his motivation is? There's no Grand Slams left this season. How much do you think he wants to surpass Jimmy Connor's record of 109 titles? He's on 102 right now.
Oh, absolutely. He wants every record going. Anything he can get his hands on, he wants to achieve. I'm sure of it. And this is a huge tournament. Winning at another Masters, it's a really big deal for him. He's often talked about that when we talk about those major titles. Well, these Masters are included with the slams as well. Okay, he's leading the way on the slams for now. And he's just going to keep adding and adding and adding until he can't anymore.
As you can see, the head-to-head there was 3-all. It's Zverev who leads the head-to-head on hard courts. The last two meetings have come at the NE2 ATP finals in London. As I mentioned earlier, Zverev winning in the semi-finals last year. The year before that, Federer was able to win 6-1 in the third, as I mentioned earlier on. Whoever's won the first set has gone on to win the match. So I hope you're concentrating very early on from the start of this match. That applies to both the players and everyone at home. It should be absolutely fascinating, this quarter-final matchup of the Rolex Shanghai Masters. Two players who were semi-finalists here last year, but only one will make it through to the last four in 2019. It's Sasha Zverev, the 5th seed, against the 2nd seed, Roger Federer. The great Swiss champion trying to hunt down what would be a 3rd Shanghai Masters title. Both players yet to drop a set. It's 3-all in the head-to-head. So many different facets to what should be a really enjoyable encounter. Amy Cavaday alongside myself, Pete Rogers, and we will talk you through this battle. It'll be the German to get us underway first. Talked about court position for Zverev in terms of not backing away, not getting too far behind the baseline. Anything else he will need to apply today tactically?
Yeah, I think just really looking to be on the front foot, get that depth. We know he has such a fantastic strike. And look, it's going to need to be close to perfection. As on the occasions where he's beaten Federer, he has been close to perfect, and he knows exactly what the task is.
Well, this crowd, you know who they're supporting. A court like that gets a big cheer.
We will, of course, see Zverev focusing on the Federer backhand. It's the normal way to approach things. That's the side that you want to try and break down a little. Needs to be very good, though. And really just got to look at all areas of the game. The serve needs to be executed brilliantly. Don't give him a look at too many second serves. He's also may have to deal with a lot of backhand slice from Federer. We see him use that tactic against Zverev, particularly on a low, quick court as we've got here. I would not be surprised if we see Federer slicing a fair amount.
Went big, too big. And even though it was Federer who won the toss and elected to receive first, to just test out the nerves of Zverev, the German passes that early test by holding to 30.
So just thinking back to the match when Zverev played against Federer, he won we go, at the Nitto ATP Finals. This is the first shot placement Hawkeye's showing us here after the serve. Almost everything going into the backhand. The 3 over on the forehand side. Now that's just to mix it in, just to keep him honest. You need to make sure that he's not just sitting in the backhand side. But I said he needs to be pretty much perfect. Well, that is. Means that you become so clinical when that first strike is so good.
Noise from Federer, which tells its own story. He knows he's got to be at his near best if he's to win this match against Zverev, someone who has got the better of him 3 times before, even in Halle, where Federer has dominated. Meaty returning to set up the forehand.
59.
Oh, would you believe it? It's a miss hit and a dead net caught, and still it gets a cheer.
But Zverev actually can be pleased about that. He's just rushed Federer 2 points in a row. We know he likes to stay up the court. And now if he gets everything his own way, then that's great on a fast surface. But if the opponent starts getting in that pace and depth, gets rushed. So already, Zverev will be feeling like his game will be effective.
Federer yet to make a first serve.
Again, the depth really doing the damage. Federer will not want to budge from that baseline. I'm sure that'll be a high priority for Zverev on the Federer service games. But that's 3 now in one game. He's been rushed, but yes, some first serves would also help him out.
Zverev did very well, though. Portuguese Rublev in return. Of course, it's a different type of serve. It's Roger Federer today. Ivan Lubicic was watching closely. Mum and Dad there too. This time it's Federer who wins the exchange, forcing Zverev back towards that Shanghai side. Roger perfect. Quite perfect in that game, but it was enough. And it's a game apiece, first set. Also a picture of his mum and dad here, but no kids this week, no Merker either. He said it's enabled him to tweet a little bit more, get on social media. He said he has to be a good role model to his children and not be on his phone all the time.
Been pretty accurate with the serving so far, Zverev. keeping it nice and varied. You can just see there Federer not getting a read on it. He tends to really improve that as the set continues. He's so good at tracking where you're serving, what you're doing, maybe if you're down in the game versus when you're up in the game.
Well, the second serve so far in this one for the German. Now 3 from 4 points he's won. He's had to hit the second serve. Problems with the first serve in that point either. First ace of the match.
2 games to
5th seed, and Zverev moves in front 2-1 in this opening set. Mentioned social media there, Naomi, in terms of Roger Federer says that he doesn't like to be on his phone all that much. He said he didn't tweet for 10 weeks and also went off it after Wimbledon, spent some time with the family. When you played, were you distracted by things like your phone, as in how easy was it, how difficult was it to put those things to one side?
Well, it was quite a while ago now when I played, so it wasn't so much of a distraction then. It was the very beginnings of social media, I suppose. But yeah, no, it makes sense that he does it when he's got the time, and when he's got the freedom, then he chooses to do it, doesn't feel bound to it. And I'm sure his fans absolutely love when he decides to spend a little bit of time on Twitter, as he has been recently.
He says he enjoys the interaction with his fans, but just doesn't want his kids on their phones all the time. There are the Federer army.
Time.
Very coordinated. I just wonder how much time they spend away together. They seem to have chants and...
They've been rehearsing.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I just wonder, you know, whether that goes up in the town hall. Come for Roger Federer rehearsal chants.
As you think, an open appeal.
An open appeal, yeah.
It's very popular.
I mean, it'd be a lot of fun.
We saw the backhand slice coming down the line there. That is particularly what he likes to do, get it down low to that forehand of Zverev, because he has been known to struggle to get underneath it. But that one just floating a touch, not zipping down low, as we can see from him.
Of course, the roof is shut, incidentally, this evening. And Federer making one first serve so far. Make that 2.
59.
Would have practiced earlier on today. The roof would have been open. That's beautifully done.
Yep, saw Zverev dropping back. Well, he was forced back, wasn't he, really?
15.
Seeing the opportunity, playing a nice delicate drop shot.
With the volley, Federer.
Zverev
doesn't need a second invitation for a shot like this.
I'm sure he'll be glad of a couple of quicker points. That first serve helping him out.
So quick. Jumps out of the way of the ball, takes it on the half volley, and takes all the time away from Sasha Zverev.
2 games on.
Some first serves there. Certainly helped him out 2-all.
Well, if Zverev was to come through this match, it would be a bit of a jump up in level. As I say, he hasn't beaten the top 10 player this year. He's 0 for 4.
And that's the surprising thing as well. He's only played 4 other top 10 players, which just shows he's struggling to get into these sort of positions, even in Masters tennis. Good start.
And actually, if you go even further, he's only got 3 top 20 wins.
But he's not looking like a player. He hasn't had many wins against top-ranked opponents this year. Making the ball well in his opening exchanges. Just a minute and 5 seconds for that game. German in front, 3-2.
I think that's why we kind of look at the Zverev year and think that it's been a bit quiet. There definitely was that patch where we felt like he was struggling, but other than that, I don't think it's been poor, but it hasn't really been setting anything on fire. As I mentioned, just those struggles, only a few top 20 wins. Ordinarily, he'd be winning far more than that. Racking up those wins, I mean, as a top 10 player, you would be expecting to win a significant amount of those.
And of course, there would be a big drop if he wasn't to make the Nito ATP Tour Finals. As the defending champion, would lose a lot of ranking points there.
I think he won 15 top 20 matches in 2018, only 3 this year, so a bit of a drop in terms of the level, but still in a strong position, as you mentioned.
You are Superman. He's been called many things, Roger Federer. 99.5% of them good. And he's a fabulous ambassador for our sport.
Getting the serve going now. 7 first serves in a row. He was very much struggling at the beginning. Maybe that's why he opted to receive first.
Has that found a line? Federer's going to challenge, but it's quite unreal reactions. The former world #1, able to adapt to the ball off the net. But was it enough to win the point? Wasn't. Zverev finds the line. Half a chance again then for the German at 15:30. I think he's just missed the line on occasion. stunner. Couldn't have hit that return any sweeter.
The forehand on the run was outstanding against Rublev in the previous match. We've already seen one really good one, but how about that? Fully outstretched.
139 Ks, and it's a break point. And there is the first break. And I'll remind you, in their 6 previous meetings, whoever has won the first set has gone on to win the match. And how significant could that break of serve be?
Well done so well there. Again, that return just coming in deep. Federer frustrated that he wasn't able to make a play on it, but again, just being forced onto the back foot. He's uncomfortable for a large part of this already.
Here, especially with what happened the other night with Zverev, where he was 9 games ahead, 6-love, 3-love, and very nearly lost the set. We were talking about double bagels. I'll get to my question in just a second. I was going to ask is, will we be seeing a bit of a change of the guard again? Is it Tsitsipas defeating Djokovic, or are we reading too much into it? Asian swing, the top player's a little more tired.
I think it's another step in that direction. I don't think the guard has been changed yet, but they might be getting their jackets on, tidying up, ready to go.
Psychologically, it's a good thing for these younger guys. I think that we've got the likes of Zverev and Tsitsipas who clearly believe they can beat the best in the business. Zverev playing with a lot of belief right now. Why not? With the way he's serving. 12 of 14 points when he's landed the first serve. His first serve percentage is at 78%. So in recent weeks, it's been really high. A lot of talk about his second serve, but he's protected it more often than not in recent matches. Well, the exchanges right now are going the way of Sasha Zverev. It was a party atmosphere. Both of these players walked out. Sasha Zverev playing the role of the party pooper, doing it so well.
Well, a fantastic start for Zverev. Really, we've just seen Federer look so uncomfortable. One of the things that people rave about when they talk about the Federer game is those contact points, how far out in front it is, how effortless it is. No matter what surface he's on, he's able to just keep it so far away from his body. And look, a lot of players would love to do that. The reason he's the only one is because it's so difficult to do it. But what we've seen so far in this match is Zverev rushed that shot. We've seen plenty of late contacts. We've also seen Federer knocked off the baseline, which he doesn't like either, and be on the back foot. So triple whammy. Zverev is coming at him from all angles, really. And yeah, not looking like he's going to have everything his own way here.
He's won the last 3 games. Not only that, he's won 12 of the last 15 points. So, Naomi, what can Roger Federer do to stem the tide?
He needs to stop Zverev from attacking so much. So he's got to execute those first serves more than anything. And he has started to do that. But it's difficult because he doesn't want to give up his court position. And really, he banks on the fact that you are not going to deliver that quality well enough to rush him. And at the moment, Zverev is.
Left, first serve.
I was just going to say, maybe come off the baseline because he doesn't want to get pushed back.
I don't believe you.
So you got to charge to the net. No, no one will believe me. That's fine. You don't need to. It's still quite a rushed forehand. I know it's not super deep, but he didn't have enough time to lean out of the way properly.
Giving a different look with the serve volley. Away that deep return. This is why these types of matches are always so fascinating. It's a game of chess. Both players having to adapt to different tactics. How many net calls have we seen this evening?
Yeah, quite a few again. Federer reacting well to it. Yeah, because if you serve volley, okay, Zverev is returning very well, but he is, of course, going for depth as Federer stays at the back of the court. If he comes forward, he then needs to change what he's doing, drop it down to the feet. If he goes for depth, then it's a simple put-away volley because it's up higher, around waist height. So at least you're asking a different question.
First focus good. First serve. Game, Federer.
Stops the rot, first game in 4. Keeps himself in this opening set. Saw a bit of early emotion from him. He said, come on, very early in this match. As in, I suppose you can read two things into that, Naomi. As in, you know, was he up for the task, or did that suggest that, you know, he knows the danger of Zverev?
Oh, he's aware of the danger, absolutely. I don't think this is a comfortable match for him.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes the game style as Zverev. As everything that I've been mentioning, he looks uncomfortable out there.
Yeah, I think that was the word I was looking for, whether or not he knew it was going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the conversation in the Federer camp is about, I think, doing things to try and hurt Zverev and playing in a bit more backhand slice, maybe making some alterations. For Zverev, I think it's very simple. As long as he executes his game, focuses on the backhand side a bit, just gets that depth, rushes the shots. He's got the pace to do it. Can't allow himself to fall back, though. Otherwise, he won't hurt Federer.
Correction focus good. Mr. Zverev is challenging the ball on the right baseline.
Federer only made
The ball was clean.
10 of 21 returns. Is this going to be 11 from 22? Or 10 from 22? It's called in. Zverev was pretty certain it was long. And that's why.
40 long.
It is 3 set points for the world number 6.
Yeah,
Sums up the set, really, doesn't it, for the German?
6-3.
Wonderful set of tennis from the world number 6. Sasha Zverev takes the opener in just 27 minutes by 6 games to 3.
Well, he's got to be pretty pleased with that sort of start, hasn't he? Looking really good in all areas, 11 winners, and on top of that, the amount of forced errors that were coming out of the racket of Federer, with the pressure, the depth, absolutely outstanding from Zverev. For Federer, he started off just maybe struggling a little bit to get a foothold in the rally, and it just allowed Zverev to open up. You can see there he only managed 4 winners, which by Federer standards is not particularly high at all, particularly on a court like this. It's quick, it's slick, plenty of opportunity for him to be aggressive. More than double of the points under 5 shots going the way of Sasha Zverev. Now that is a very important number, because Federer, we know him as one of the best players out there that delivers the 1-2 punch. No break points available for Federer in that set. Serving percentages good for both, but the effectiveness for Zverev. Federer just wasn't really making many of those returns, wasn't really getting into the points on the Zverev service games. They were quite one-sided. In the Federer service games, Zverev was in there. Federer has got some work to do here, not looking comfortable.
So can Federer respond? And we'll get second set underway.
Hold.
Mentioned earlier on, Naomi, is that Zverev hasn't had a top 10 win this year. There was a bit of a Twitter spat, as there so often is. Nick Kyrgios replying to an Italian journalist who quoted that and compared his match wins and top 10 wins to last year. Kyrgios very much on the side of Zverev, saying what a great player he still is. But how irritated do you think the German has been by not claiming a top 10 win in 2019? How desperate will he be to put it right today?
It just shows that those wins don't just happen. You have to work incredibly hard, and as I say, I only feel like he actually genuinely was struggling for actually quite a short time through the season. The rest of it has actually been okay. But okay doesn't get you top 10 wins, even if you're Zverev. So it's almost just a reminder of what he did last year, the achievements that he made. I mean, yes, he'll be frustrated at that, but it's all kind of bundled into, you know, just his level, getting it back to where he wants it to be.
He's asking the question whether Federer could respond in set 2. Gets off to the ideal start with a love service hold. Reminder that whoever's won the first set has gone on to win the match in each of their last 6 meetings.
Oh, Hawkeye. They are switched on tonight, because just taking a look at the Zverev average forehand hit points, what a jump up. Over a metre earlier. He is taking the ball much further up the court, adding more pace to the shot as well. More than 5 Ks faster, the forehand of Zverev. You can see it means that he takes it a little bit lower as well, so it's more comfortable for him.
Left, second set.
You can just see there the increase as well, the speed. He knows he needs to use that as a weapon. But it's been effective.
It seems to be something that constantly having as a debate and a talking point for Zverev. He plays his better tennis closer to the baseline. So do you think something like that is his father going to be banging on Hawkeye's door and shoving that in his face repeatedly?
Yeah, I think it's always been an ongoing conversation with Zverev, and we've seen even just over the past couple of years how he's got much better at it. He can do it. We know he can do it. He's always been able to do it, but It's about the pressure moments. That's when he tends to fall back. Everybody likes to go into their comfort zone. Sometimes it's automatic. There's nothing you can do.
We're beginning to get excited, which I particularly like to see with regards to errors on the serve. Well, got away with that one. Zverev doing the two things I think the Zverev fans are hoping he doesn't do, missing first serves and then backing away.
That was a point that almost hasn't had a place in this match, hasn't been a feature at all, of Zverev just becoming quite passive, just getting the ball back into play. Clearly a little nervous, love 30. Those are the big moments, and it is amazing how you see his game change right before your eyes. Too passive again, too short. And Federer more than happy to skip up to that one, get on the front foot, up inside the baseline where he wants to be.
And this has also been something we've seen time and time again throughout the year for Zverev. We've seen patches of great tennis in matches, but then we've seen dips. The same happened in the previous round against Rublev. It's not been the best of games. Federer looking to take advantage. 2 break points for the world number 3. Finds a precious first serve there. He's able to back it up.
13-14.
It's the sort of point we saw a lot of in London last year when they played their match in the semi-final. We looked at that graphic at the beginning of this match, how well that first shot went into that backhand side. Didn't miss any.
Glorious from Federer after such a lung buster to have that sort of composure. It's the genius that has made him a 20-time Grand Slam winner as he breaks early in set 2.
Well, easily the most passive game we've seen from Zverev in the match. Just resting on his knees in front of us, a little bit doubled over. Had to work hard there, but he won the first set by taking the initiative. And just something as small as going love 30 down on his service game was enough to lure him away from what has been working.
3 missed first serves in a row to start that game for Zverev, and the double fault came as well. As you say, after that backed away.
15-love.
You give Roger Federer an inch, he often takes a mile. Zverev, incidentally, had only lost 3 points on serve in the first set, yet finds himself broken early in set 2.
It's something that I think we talk about often with Federer in terms of those big points, and you know, love 30 on your own service game. Okay, it's not a huge point, but it's an important one. You need to make sure you play the percentages. Federer has a plan. He knows what to do on those points. It's not like he doesn't change, but he doesn't let it affect his game negatively at all. He just goes, right, I'm behind in the game, so I'm going to pick this serve, execute like this, first shot goes to space, or whatever it is that he does. There's different plans for different times. And he's just been so ruthless at just executing, and he just backs himself. He knows that it's good enough if he gets it right.
He's out tonight as well with a fair amount of come-ons from the Swiss player.
I just wonder whether Zverev has those plans in place, or if he does, whether he really believes in them, because he does often change.
Mr. Federer is challenging the call on the right near line.
Yeah, it's very quick to challenge him. I actually thought initially he was just sticking his finger up to say it was wide. He's going to have a lot of luck with this. That's wide. Well wide.
13-14.
A chance for Zverev to get the break straight back. Sort of point. Talked about the danger of Zverev getting passive. He was the one dictating play, but he just couldn't control the forehand.
No, you just didn't quite buy it though, did you? He was kind of, you could see that he's had a word with himself and said, right, get on the front foot, start dictating, but he wasn't sure, and that last forehand, he was almost guiding it down the line.
Yeah, I think you're bang right. It looked like he was willing himself, telling himself to get forward rather than it being just natural. Oh, well, how many of those types of shots have we seen this week from Zverev? Is there a better player with regards to the running backhand pass?
Oh, he's looked so good on the run, hasn't he? Has really used all of his levers, leaned into the shot nicely, and been recovering as well. As if he could play another few shots.
Second break point. He's got him again. What a response from the German as he breaks straight back.
Federer leads by 2-1.
It's Federer who still leads, but now only by 2-1.
Well, I didn't mention before, just talking about the tactical matchup here and how it is quite uncomfortable for Federer. Just looking at some of the numbers coming into this match, quite extraordinary. Zverev becomes the 64th player to meet Federer at least 7 times. So that means that they've played against him, you know, enough that there is a bit of a rivalry and the head-to-head means something. And if he wins this match, he will become the 3rd of those 64 to have a winning record, which is quite extraordinary. Yes, there are some players that have a winning record, but they've played him once or twice, maybe 3 times. But they've played against him 7 times throughout his career, and to have the better of him, that means he does not like playing.
100%. Not just that, you know how well Zverev likes to play against top 5 opponents. Just mentioning Zverev's record against Roger Federer, 64th opponent you were saying in terms of to play him, and if he wins today, he will have a better head-to-head record, having played 7 matches. And only 2 other players. Of course, it's Nadal and Djokovic, the 2 players who have got a better head-to-head record against Federer, having met more than 7 times against him. But another interesting stat is that Sasha Zverev, when he's won the first set against a top 5 opponent, is 8-1, which is also pretty amazing when you consider how young he is. Still only 22.
$15.
One loss being to Nadal, 7-5 in the 3rd. In Indian Wells 2016, and that was a quite amazing match. I think he had a forehand volley right on top of the net.
That sort of number really just shows that when he's playing well, that he plays right at the top end of the game, one of the best in the world, but it's just that he's young and inexperienced, and his level has been kind of up and down through seasons.
It's one of the reasons why it's so baffling, though. He's yet to do a little more in the slams. He's got to get to the quarters or semis to play the top 5 opponents in the slams, which just hasn't happened. Twice a quarter-finalist.
13-15.
And both times he's reached the quarter-finals of the French Open, 2018 and this year. He's had a lot of 5-setters on the way, so it's been a little overcooked, so to speak, before playing in the last 8 encounters. He's got a little caught there, Zverev.
A nice dipping shot there from Federer. It really is sensational to watch, though, when Zverev's game is firing. I understand why Federer doesn't enjoy playing him. Well, maybe he does enjoy it. I wouldn't want to put words in his mouth, but as I say, just tactically, it's not a matchup, and we know that the other 2 on that list that would have a winning record if Zverev wins this match, Nadal and Djokovic, well, those are huge challenges.
Able to hold, so they got some love 2 down to 2-all. He's been the better player in the opening 44 minutes. Challenge from Zverev. First game in 3 for Federer.
3 games to 2.
Gets his nose back in front, second set, 3-2.
Just taking a little look at the stats early on in the second set. We already saw those from the first, of course, showing Zverev being more aggressive. From the back of the court, 5 winners and 8 unforced errors for Zverev. Still only 1 winner for Federer in this set, 4 unforced errors. He is really struggling to penetrate the Zverev game, and I've got to say that the break that was given up was maybe helped along by Zverev. He has got things back on track and back on serve. Federer, only 5 winners for the whole match so far. No aces.
So it creates a lot of excitement forever.
Said it was party time earlier. Fans sensing a Federer fight back. And you know how to create a great atmosphere here, don't they? But look at that. It's not all Federer fans. They found a Zverev fan. She's certainly enjoying herself right now, because it's been brilliant stuff overall from the world number 6. He's trailing though in this second set. So there's a little more riding on this match as well for Zverev. He's trying to qualify for London. Tsitsipas became the 6th man to book his place at the ATP Tour Finals. Zverev at the moment is in 8th. Berrettini playing later on tonight. Berrettini would leapfrog the German if he was to lose and Berrettini was to win against Dominic Thiem, another player already qualified. So not only would it be a massive win in terms of the first time he's beaten Federer in back-to-back matches, booking himself into the semi-finals of the Shanghai Masters, also helping him out in London. Oh, that's glorious.
Oh, he got that one right, didn't he? Just shortening up the swing. It was coming through pretty quickly, but he knew he had the target available.
That's the response. Something that, even though the last 2 years have been hugely successful for Zverev, something that a lot of people have talked about as well. We talk about the court position, but getting a little more out the first serve, hitting the spots. I just feel in the last couple of months he's been able to do that. Serving statistics, very impressive today. 78% first serve percentage, only 81% of the points behind that first serve. Another comfortable service hold. It's 3-all second set.
Now remember, he's gone entire tournaments without getting broken. Taking the title. When he is serving effectively, it is an absolute nightmare.
Oh, it's found the line. It wasn't as clean as the stunner he hit in the first set. But it was still pretty sweet. Sixth passing winner by the German. Just wanted to know how far out it was. Foot or so.
You can really see how he's going for it on the returns, isn't he? He's wanting to get that depth when Federer's at the back of the court. He knows that's his way into the point.
The shot have come on from Federer. He holds serve again for a 4-3 lead.
Federer leads by 4 games to 3.
Federer never lost a quarter-final in Shanghai, but we were saying the same thing, or at least our colleagues were, with regards to Novak Djokovic. He coming into today, Djokovic was 8-0 in quarter-finals. Federer 5-0 in this city. And Djokovic lost earlier on to Tsitsipas. Is lightning going to strike twice?
Well, it's an impressive record, isn't it? Really, to be so clinical. Oh, they both have been just in quarterfinals in general in their career.
When we talk about the changing of the guard, I mean, is that a sign that the depth is getting busier and stronger at the top end of the game?
Yeah, they're getting closer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Zverev is, even though he's had a little bit of difficulty this year, he's still learning. It's good to have some tough experiences to learn, bounce back from that. Tsitsipas is looking strong as well. Team in the final of the Roland Garros again.
Just talking about the fact that Djokovic losing earlier on today, Federer could lose this one. You mentioned a number of players there. Tsitsipas with the win over Djokovic. Zverev, if he was to get over the line here, another big win for him. Team who's looked to play some great tennis. Not only Roland Garros, of course, beat Federer in the final of Indian Wells. Out of those guys, who is the closest for you? Medvedev, is he the one just ahead of those three?
Closest to do what, though?
The closest to the big three.
To dethrone them?
Yes.
I don't think that's going to happen for a while, though. So I think it's anyone's race. There is no doubt that, okay, what Medvedev has done has been amazing to watch, and he's doing really well, and Tsitsipas, but Zverev has been doing that for some time. With the exception of Grand Slams, of course, where he's struggled a little more, but in terms of Masters events through the year, he has shown that he can really live with the top guys. I mean, if he wins this match, that'll be his 4th win over Federer.
Just on that question, I mean, last player to be ranked inside the world's top 2, Leighton Hewitt, 2005. Stank, thanks to Steph Trudell there. It's a great bit of information.
Outside of the big 4.
Yeah.
14, 15.
Zverev has got to world number 3. Actually, that feat back end of 2017 for the first time. Started the year ranked world number 3 as well, because that's where he was after winning in London.
Yeah, I mean, for me, with the new guys, we can call them new, just the ones that aren't the top 3. I don't think that anyone's significantly leading the rest in terms of how close they are. I would be saying that Zverev has just got more experience. He's had more time to learn about the level.
But it's great that there are so many there. In terms of, and that's why we could see Djokovic and Federer go out in the quarter-final stages and still have a completely open tournament. Someone has just missed. Hawkeye again going for the suspense route.
Also got to remember he's got the biggest title of anyone, winning it in London back end of the year.
Second.
Falling back again. First couple of shots just didn't quite have enough zip on them, so Federer didn't get rushed, looked quite comfortable on the ball. And Zverev opting to retreat.
Again, they're just finding the first serve. It's another unreturnable. So many points like that for the German. As much as we've talked at times and saying, well, he's walking off again, he's able to slam down a big first serve and doesn't even need to play a point from the baseline.
Yeah, and I think without that first serve, he'd be really struggling in this set, just because he has backed off a bit more from the back, and he's only won 1 point on his second serve out of 6. So Federer getting onto that more.
Well, would you believe it? Zverev's birthday is in April. But Federer giving him a couple of presents there, hitting straight to the German.
It wasn't even like Zverev kind of faked to go the other way. He just stood in the corner, didn't he? Ready and waiting. That will mean a lot Zverev giving him a big boost. It's always nice if you can steal a point.
Also, the shot from Zverev was likely to go on the tram lines before
59.
Federer missed the volley. How significant will it be? That's the question, that point to start this game. Here it is. Incidentally, this is the predicted bounce. Comfortably in the tram lines. Might have been one of the reasons why he just snatched at it. That's a sumptuous pickup.
Oh, so nice. Just looked like he was walking through the back of it as if he's just warming up. Down nice and low. So much racket skill. It's just the ability to manipulate the racket around the ball.
Couldn't have hit that one any better. Right into the corner. Big point, wasn't it? 4-all, 30-all. It looks like he's found the ace. First ace, though, for Federer, which is quite amazing, but that tells its own story with regards to the reach of Zverev and how good he is at anticipating the serve. How tough he's made life for Federer this evening. Yeah. He just got a racket on that one, so it's still just the one ace. And that error at the start of the game doesn't matter, because Federer has been able to hold and is now a game away from levelling this match up. Leads 5-4.
As much as Zverev has done well through this week, putting some strong performances, it's not been plain sailing for him. Lots of tie breaks, 6-6 against Jeremy Chardy in that first set break of 15-13. It was a 16-minute tie break, won it on his 6th set point. And then, as we were talking about earlier, against Andrei Rublev, he was 6-love, 3-love up, looking like he was going to be cruising through to a victory there. Got broken back. Then he broke again, and we thought, okay, right, that was just a little lapse in concentration, but then he had to go back into a tie break and get the job done there. But I think he was just relieved to get over the line in that one, because Rublev is strong and has been playing really well. A few top 10 wins himself in recent months.
DJ still blaring out the tunes, as are the Roger Federer fans.
Time.
You mentioned Andrei Rublev at the sit-down being such a dangerous player, because he beat Roger Federer close to an hour not all that long ago. Just over an hour on the clock here. Sasha Zverev serving to stay in the set. 4-5. Can Federer do anything different off the return? I mean, we mentioned the unreturnables. It seems like he likes staying tight to the baseline, but it's been a lot of cheap points for Zverev.
Yeah, it's tough. You could just see that last one. He did actually just move back a step, just trying to give himself a little bit more time. He's currently just trying to figure it out, get his range in. Zverev can play with such width as well, though, so he doesn't want to fall too far back. So then he's got more ground to cover. It's not an easy situation for him. If he was, at his sharpest on the returns, then he wouldn't be having as many issues. But so he just needs to really focus on himself and try and get that feeling.
Giving up on that. Another blink and you miss it type of service game from Sasha Zverev. It's about it being 1 hour and 1 minute in. It's now 1 hour and 2 minutes in. Zverev is 2 games away from winning the match. Big thing here as well. So often players get themselves into these sort of situations. We talk about belief in terms of beating one of the greatest ever players. I don't think that's going to be an issue for Zverev. He's done it 3 times already. I say this would be the first time either player has beaten each other back to back. They've split every single time that they've met.
A little bit of pressure as Zverev just leaned in that direction. Just getting those shoulders over, just closing that gap ever so slightly. And another misfire.
There's a chance. 15. I think it was in the hit zone as well for Zverev. It's in concentration. Does so well, doesn't he, Zverev? It's an excellent serve, but also to get to the next ball, which was taken so early by Federer.
His recoveries look sharp. There are a couple of those wide ones as well. I mentioned in that first set that he was already recovered as well. Like, even if Federer had managed to get it back, he would have been struggling.
Again, a chance for Zverev, and actually Federer's won 9 of 11 points now behind the second serve in this set, which, as we were saying earlier, when they've got into backcourt rallies, Zverev hasn't been as effective as he was in the first set. Those are missed opportunities, though, certainly for the German. Missed that one.
He really went for it though, didn't he?
14.
It wasn't the deepest return from Zverev, but it was a very aggressive strike from Federer, looking for a winner.
Well, getting behind the German. Break point. Got him. It was a passive point from Zverev, but he's able to do what he does best and find the pass, and with it gets the break again. And you would think now is on the verge of his first top 10 win of 2019. Leads 6-5.
Well, it was a more passive point, but actually that one was more appropriate because of what we've seen. The past couple of games, we've just seen a few unforced errors from Federer, that big forehand that he went to. So he was clearly not comfortable being on the front foot. So for Zverev on a big point like that, a break point to say, go on then, take control, do something good, come up with some quality. I think that absolutely makes sense. when he's playing against somebody who's enjoying being on the front foot, then that's definitely not what you want to do. But excellent work from Zverev, and actually he did jump on a couple of those shorter ones. Really made Federer play, who just, even though he's been in the second set, it's been much tighter. It just hasn't quite felt like he's been matching the quality that Zverev has been putting out.
Time.
He knows he's close. It's been a tough year. What a win this would be for Sasha Zverev. Serving for the match against Roger Federer. 6-5.
It's the first serve in his last service game. Wrapped it up in about a minute. It's the second serve. It's the only area where he's been struggling really in this second set. Only won 1 point behind it. So you'd think as long as he gets that first serve going, he should be okay. That's one of the simpler volleys you'll see missed from Federer.
It's not been Federer's day. All the momentum with Zverev.
14 love.
And Sasha Zverev said he felt it was a turning point at the Laver Cup for him. This would very much suggest that it was a turning point. 3 match points for the world number 6. Federer says not just yet. Arguably the best point he's played tonight.
It was such a great pickup. What a dig that was. Zverev did well to get the ball down like that from the position that he was in on the court. It was definitely a much more difficult volley to make than the other one we saw in this game. A little tentative on that forehand approach, wasn't he? Dragged it middle and short. Didn't let rip. That's the scoreboard doing that.
I also asked you earlier, how irritable and irritated would Zverev be with the fact he's not beaten a top 10 player this year? Will that be rattling around in his mind as well here? 3rd match point. Astonishing. 3 quite unreal points in a row from Roger Federer.
Oh, what coverage here. Federer, all-out aggression. Fabulous movement behind that chop-down slice. We've got so much cut on this forehand, this backhand angle.
And the crowd come to life, and not only that, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Federer's found a way to return the first serve of Zverev. He's not been able to do it all night. Oh, he's pushed it. Would you believe it?
just guiding that volley. Didn't have the conviction behind it, didn't look certain at all. But how about this from Federer? His level has just leapt up.
Thank you.
A lifeline for the world number 3. Oh, insanely good. Where did that come from? Out of nowhere, Federer turns it up to 11 and breaks back.
How can you find that level out of nowhere? He didn't jump up 1 or 2 notches, which might have helped him out. He's jumped up into a completely different class. Zverev did everything right. He made the serves. He made him play tough volleys when he came forward.
Just wow.
Thank you.
I mean, he's looked nowhere near that level all match, and then 5 of the finest points in a row. And I'll be honest, I'm surprised the roof is still on. They are going nuts here in Shanghai.
1-0.
Absolutely extraordinary. We know that he just demands that level of himself so often, but it seemed like he just couldn't quite find it. But he's got it now. Zverev is in trouble here.
Zverev, you just wonder, somewhere in his mind, may have been thinking, where was that a few points ago?
Well, he won't be too concerned if he does manage to get through this tiebreak.
The good news for Zverev is, of course, he was in complete control of the match against Rublev before allowing it to get to a tiebreaker and then coming through. He did a great job of resetting in that 7-point shootout. And this is a very different atmosphere. And a very different story and opponent. The other thing as well is that, of course, that extraordinary set of tennis against David Goffin, the previous round for Federer, where he saved 5 set points and won the set. So you might be feeling, maybe it's my week.
Zverev has really got to concentrate, just take the energy out of the crowd, because it just got electrified, didn't it? It was a great return. It was such a good return, and Federer had maybe been a touch ambitious to run around it. Zverev had the opportunity, but again, just lacking in that conviction on just one shot. That's all it takes. One bad shot loses you the point. I mean, plenty of good ones to win it.
Danger now for Zverev as well. He's made a bit of a meal of his last 2 volleys, so will that affect him with regards to coming forward? Oh, he's just missed it.
3-2.
It's almost like Zverev is now playing just an entirely different opponent. He kind of got his footing in the match, because you have to feel it out, don't you? Get your rhythm, see what your opponent's bringing on that day, but he's almost got to completely reset here. He's now playing Federer, who's playing at such a high level.
Overall, though, he's done a good job of resetting.
Rio.
Too many would have been surprised if Federer had just run away with this tiebreaker after what we saw in that 12th game of this second set. Just a reminder to anyone who wasn't watching, Zverev was up 40-love, he'd just broken. He was in complete control. Federer struggling to find the court, struggling to return any first serves, and then 3 of the finest points you'll ever see from the great man. And the match and the set turned around and the lifeline grabbed onto. First mini break goes the way of Federer.
4-3. Federer.
Just a little short. Sat there for Zverev, and he has, on the whole, been returning excellently through this match. So no surprise that he took advantage there.
You have to love this sport, don't you? You never quite know what is around the corner. Federer threw everything behind it, having moved around the ball. But Zverev comes up with the goods.
You could almost see that Zverev knew as soon as he hit that serve, this is going to get thumped. And he was just bracing himself. He could just get a racket behind the ball. He could use the pace against Federer, and it's exactly what he managed to do.
So what will be next, a match point or a set point? It's going to be a 4th match point.
6-5.
Will it all be forgotten? The extraordinary 5 points in a row from Federer. Fourth match point for Sasha Zverev. Rock solid. Never in doubt.
And that's what I was talking about earlier on in the match. Federer, so much of his career, those big moments, just knows what to do. He loves the serve out wide. He's going to hit it, he's going to execute. Nothing Zverev could do about that.
I suppose that's the one thing. Okay, we saw the missed volleys from Zverev. But on the match points, it's all been about Roger Federer. Oh my word! It was a brilliant pickup from Federer. But once again, Sasha Zverev with the great backhand up the line.
Fully on the run as well. He's been so good out of that position. He's done so much well through this match.
Wow. and it will be a 5th match point.
The backhand slice being so effective there. You could hear the effort that Federer put onto that. He had to make sure that it stayed down low. Didn't want to give Zverev a chance to nail that backhand down the line. It was awkward. It was down low for him.
5 match points saved. Remember, he saved 5 set points against Goffin. He's pulled that one. And now it's Federer's turn to have a set point. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Roger Federer, with one of the finest Houdini acts going. How on earth has he won that set? Saves 5 match points and makes it 1 set apiece here in Shanghai. Takes the second set in the most extraordinary way possible by 7 games to 6.
How on earth did Federer turn that around? Can't really say that Zverev did too much wrong there at the back end of the set. Just Federer just digging deep and finding a level that we didn't think we'd see this evening, not from what we'd seen before that through the match. A good hour of the match had been played, and we hadn't even really had a glimpse of Federer at his best, but then, boy, point after point. How good was that from Federer? 9 winners in set 2, but a lot of them at the back end of that set, really in the final stages. Zverev, well, how do you digest that? How do you turn things around, think things through to the 3rd set? He'll be thinking he should be back in the locker room by now. And the numbers for both on the serve. Zverev struggling on the second serve, but you don't really want to pick holes in the Zverev game because he didn't do much wrong. He made those first serves when he was serving for the match. It was just that Federer returned them so brilliantly, got into the match, got on top of the point and played some sensational tennis to take that set. Wow, got himself out of trouble there. That's an understatement. We go into a 3rd.
Here are the saved match points. That was the first one, the incredible low volley. That was well, probably the least entertaining of the lot. This one was astonishing. What a pickup that was. Zverev must have thought he'd won the match in almost every single one of these match points that Federer saved. Just came from absolutely nowhere as well. He was being outplayed. So Naomi, what is going to be going through Zverev's head right now, and how does he settle things down to go and try and win this third set?
Well, I think he's got to look at the fact that he's done an awful lot well. Really, his returning has been outstanding. The serving has been on point. He has had a good grip of this match. He nearly had it in the bag. But it is just the fact that he's playing Federer. You can be a little bit critical and just say that he was a touch passive here and there, but actually we just had a glimpse at some of those match points that were saved, and he did force Federer to play some really tough pick-up volleys, and he did. He came up with them every single time, so just got to reset, go again.
This didn't look likely about 20 minutes ago, and here we are. One set shootout.
15 love. Left first set.
As much as we can talk about the brilliance at the back end of that set from Federer, but where was that tennis for the previous hour and a quarter?
No idea. He was trying to find it. You could see that. And I suppose he got to the point where it was now or never. And it turned out it was now.
Because that was the most astonishing thing, wasn't it? I mean, it was the fact that it was just a switch. It wasn't like he went through the gears and we thought, no, he's getting better, he's finding his game now, he's finding a rhythm. It was, he's struggling, not playing his best tennis, and then suddenly it's 10 out of 10 tennis. Yeah,
and I mean, look, if we're going to really look at Zverev as a future world #1 Grand Slam winner, wow, what a drop shot. He's now really feeling it, isn't he? Zverev's got an almighty task ahead of him. But if we're going to compare him to those standards and the standards that Federer sets, because he has a long future in the sport, well then Federer knew that he was nervous. You could see it. You could see him falling back a little bit in the court. You could see he lost the conviction on some of those final shots. And Federer would have known that, and he tried to exploit.
First game, final set.
And that's the sort of thing that, you know, if you, for Zverev and moving forward, to clinically wrap up that set, just more conviction, loose through the shot, maintaining that aggression, and just maintaining the tennis that he had been producing through the match. It changed. And what else changed? Well, Federer, last couple of games. So that's the game where Zverev was serving for it and the tie break, an extra 11 Ks on that forehand. Really unleashing, and as I say, it really felt like it was a now or never moment for Federer. And he chose now, decided to throw everything at Zverev, and it worked.
Talking about wanting to become the world #1, and how much can we read into the fact that the back end of that set, okay, Federer's playing lights out, but suddenly started making the returns, and the things that have been people have been critical of Zverev's game, sometimes the net play, and sometimes the serving accuracy. And in terms of the only things that he did wrong at the end of that set, Federer started getting the first serve back, so he wasn't quite hitting his spots as much as he was earlier on. And of course, he missed those 2 volleys.
Such good hitting.
De poco scoring.
It's a reflexive shot, Sasha.
Well, Zverev's not happy with this.
It's a
Does
reflexive
not
shot and
think
challenging
Federer
immediately.
should have been allowed to challenge this at all.
Doesn't matter anyway, because it has caught the line. And so, as much as he's upset with the fact that Federer, he felt challenged too
Mr.
late
Federer
there,
has 2 challenges remaining.
it actually takes a challenge away from Federer. So, you never know, that could be crucial.
Go back to what you were saying in terms of the serving placement, the net play.
15 seconds.
Just if you look at somebody like Roger Federer's career, Djokovic, Nadal, it's about what happens on the big moments. And those are the things that just sneak up on Zverev in the big moments. Everything looks nice and comfortable through the set, and then it comes out of nowhere.
That's brilliant movement again from Zverev. He's so comfortable on that backhand.
14.
Yeah, and for the whole of this match, his level from the back of the court has been just superb. It's been a joy to watch the movement. It's incredible how he moves for his height, the change of direction, the shots on the run. And we're saying maybe on 5 or 6 occasions he dropped back, but other than that, it really has been excellent.
Well, if Federer's going to win this match, he's going to have to come from a breakdown again. And after all that drama and hard work from the former world #1, he's broken early in set 3. And a reminder, whoever has won the first set has gone on and won the match in their 6 previous meetings. You can see how annoyed Federer is. That's about as frustrated as you'll ever see him. He actually got a code violation for ball abuse.
Otherwise he's waiting, thousands are waiting.
Federer.
You don't think of it?
I told you before.
I've got other
Roger.
issues, man. Like I'm missing shots.
Sorry for that.
Well, he's not happy because he was here.
Help me out.
Just asking the umpire to help him out because he wasn't told about the new balls. And he does ask that the umpires remind him when the new balls are imminent. Doesn't want to keep his opponent waiting.
How many times have we seen a passing shot from Zverev? I can tell you, that's an 11th passing shot from Sasha Zverev.
I'm not sure I've seen Federer be passed so comfortably when he's in good positions at the net. Sometimes when his approach shot hasn't been quite right or he hasn't got to the right position, we see it.
At the beginning of this match where we heard lots of come-ons from Federer, he is animated and amped tonight. Make that passing shot number 12.
Yeah, I don't think he's sure what to do actually here because he's not entirely comfortable sitting at the back of the court and rallying with Zverev because he's looking so good, but these shots on the run, the passing shots, well, that one looked almost easy.
It's a meat and drink to him, isn't it? It's like just a routine middle of the court put away. How much credit have you got to give Sasha Zverev? Everything going on around him, having had the 5 match points in the previous set. We talked about him resetting, and he has reset in superb fashion. The serve was wide, but doesn't matter. ball has gone Zverev's way, and he's won 9 of the last 10 points for a 3-love lead.
Federer, I completely...
One thing in the whole match I expect from
I know,
but 80% of you guys never remind me. I don't know where your mind is.
I like to remind you every time.
Every time.
But we spoke at the beginning of the set,
and
like
then 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, you're right.
I always end up looking like a fool, you know, like I'm not feeling
It's my bad. But I don't want also to interrupt you. You're there. Maybe you decide not to change it. I don't know.
Nacho Forcadell in the chair and getting a bit of a grilling at the sit-down from Roger Federer. Federer likes to be informed of when the new balls are coming the game before, because that's when he changes his racket. He wasn't. And so still muttering away, although actually now this time it is to the ball boy. But yeah, very annoyed with the umpire. And I mean, it's tough on Nacho Forcadell. I mean, we've been saying everything that's been going on, the drama. It's tough for everyone to keep their minds on the match. The umpire did apologise to Federer. Also just shows you that how Federer likes things in order and how routine and regiment he is. One of the reasons why he's probably had so much success throughout his career. I mean, talked about the fact that Federer's been past 12 times. Okay, on the points that he won to save those match points, Naomi. He pulled off some amazing volleys, but is this a good idea? He doesn't feel like he's having a lot of success with coming to the net so much.
But he was having basically no success from the back of the court. Throughout that first set and a half, really, he was under so much pressure. We were talking consistently about how he was hitting the ball late.
Point penalty, Mr. Federer.
Wow. So Federer, who had a ball abuse code violation at the back end of the first set.
You hit the ball. But you didn't want to hit it just there, Roger.
Was it anger?
It was in, yeah, maybe not, it's not fully, with fully power.
Clearly not fully.
Of course. But it's in...
So what's the reason, the rule?
Yeah, you're just hitting a ball out.
Where?
Out of the court.
Right, that's out of the court for you.
Well, that's somewhere we might lose we might lose the ball there.
But it's impossible to get that one back?
We could.
So you,
but
you think
it's the action itself. It's the action itself. Before you hit a ball there and almost and broke the zip. Now this is the second time.
Tell me that was too much for you? Why don't you communicate with me here at 3-love? You tell me, buddy, that was too hard.
We
so
were
the next time
communicating.
around, I know I'm at the edge.
We were discussing some other things.
So we have no time. Huh?
And Federer not happy. He's been given a point penalty. The reason being, this was it. And he was saying there it was a miss hit, so he didn't mean to hit it into the crowd. Seems a little harsh, but the umpire was also saying, well, you hit another ball into the net and broke a zip. And it might just get him going again. He is facing, or was facing 2 break points. Now it's the 1 break point.
Yeah, I think if you're Zverev, you were probably thinking, no, just leave him. It's all fine. Momentum's with me. Don't poke him.
It's so rare to see Federer like that. I mean, that's the first time I can remember getting a point penalty. He's done well to keep his concentration there, Federer. This time taking his anger out on the ball in the point.
Yes.
And actually, through the match, I think I'm right in saying on 5 occasions he has hit the ball away in anger. but he has only been called up on it once before, and then the last one was probably the least offensive of the lot of them, wasn't it, really, where he ended up getting the point penalty. But it has been quite consistent from him, actually from the very beginning of the match.
And incidentally, in the discussion with the umpire, he was again just putting the pressure on Nacho Forcado because he was annoyed about the communication about the balls that wasn't there. And he was also saying, well, I needed to be told if I was on the brink, if I was close, because of the previous misdemeanors. But he somehow battles through the game. We've already seen one big turning point in this match. Is that another? As he saves a couple of break points to stay with Zverev and keep it to just the one break in this deciding set. Of course, there was no doubt about the first code violation. He leathered the ball up into the stands. This was a fairly quiet match at 6-3, 6-5.
You know it was. Seems like a long time ago now. And once again, as so often is the case when you're playing against Roger Federer, Zverev needs to just take that energy out of the crowd, out of the match. Some nice quick points. If he could get a quick service game here, that would help him.
It looks like Federer's in the zone again. He's got the bit between the teeth right now. Gotta say, Zverev's first serve percentage, 79% right now. But he's having to play a lot more from the back of the court. He was barely having to hit a ground stroke earlier on in this encounter. He's number 14. That's big serving. As he moves into the 80% mark with the first serve. Comes through a very important game to lead 4-1.
What are we talking about? Butterflies? What are we talking about? The ball. Okay, there's one thing right now in this room that's bothering both of us.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. So what's the rule?
If I think it's too much,
That was too much for you.
Well,
This was too much. I'm asking you the question.
It was going to be too much. You first did that, then you hit the ball there.
Did you see it how it went? Did you see how the ball left?
I saw.
How did
you
it go?
frame it.
Explain me how it goes. Carry me through the process. What happened?
You're hitting it, but you're hitting it in a way that.
How?
With the frame. I agree with you. You hit it with the frame.
And that's enough for you to say that I'm going to punish me one more time. That's enough.
It was getting too much. I have to stop it.
Why didn't you call me?
And that's the tool we have is also. You already had a warning. If that could be the warning, so that's why we do. That's the process. It's not a big thing. I completely agree with you with that.
But you understand that the point penalty is a big thing.
The point penalty it is.
That's the issue.
But I cannot judge if it will be a warning or if it will be a point penalty. It's the same step we do. The fact that you get a.
Give me a warning for that.
For that and that, I will give you a warning.
If I had no warning, to give me a warning for that.
For both actions, it will be a warning.
But this one, you just ignored it, and then you penalized me for after.
Well, I don't think I have to tell everything. It was obvious what you did.
Just seeing the replay of the misdemeanor from Roger Federer. Again, the sit down, it was constant conversation between Federer arguing with the chair umpire about the fact that he felt it was a very small misdemeanor, and Nacho forced it up, just saying, yeah, it was a small misdemeanor, but you know, you're already on a code violation, you've done it a couple of times already. Oh, it's gorgeous. With all the things going on in and around this stadium, Zverev keeping his head ice cool.
Yeah, and again, the quality that he has been producing has been really excellent.
The debate will rage on. What's your opinion, Nigel, with regards to the ball abuse, the point penalty?
Whether he should have got a point penalty. Yeah, well, once you've got the one code violation, then anything else, and you leave yourself open to that. And so it's whether you put yourself in that position in the first place, and then how careful you are after that. And yes, when he hit it out of the crowd the final time to get the point penalty, he didn't hit it in a particularly aggressive manner. But it's careless, isn't it? You know, if it goes out into the crowd.
Well, the reason the rule's there, isn't it? It's for if someone's carrying a drink or anything like that in the crowd and it hits someone, they're not looking. So the rule is there in terms of you're not supposed to hit a ball in the crowd, but of course there's usually quite a lot of leniency. Is still very much in this match, though.
14,
yeah, I think many may have counted him out already. Back into that second set, facing match points.
He's done one Houdini act today, Federer. Could do without doing another. I feel if he goes a double breakdown, that might be one hurdle too much. He's found the baseline, he has. It's a great dig from Sasha Zverev. Federer challenging. Has just landed on the line. Everything right now going Zverev's way. And the German has a break point and a chance for a double break lead. It's an awesome point from Federer.
I did so well to turn that one around because he was really on the ropes, wasn't he? Zverev clubbing it from corner to corner. Managed to take one early, find really good depth himself, and then he got Zverev scrambling.
Mr. Zverev is under the goal on the left center service line.
He's pretty confident going back to the juice court side. Crowd, I think, mostly praying it's going to be in, and it is.
Advantage, Federer.
He saved a couple of break points in his last service game as well, Federer. He is walking the tightrope right now. But he stays upright. He is just hanging around in this match.
Well, he knows that Zverev got a little bit nervy at the back end of the second. Lost a little bit of the conviction, fell back in the court, gave up a few opportunities. Federer took them beautifully. If he can just keep some sort of pressure on Zverev, I'm sure he knows that he may get an opportunity. We should just mention actually that Federer's main complaint about the point penalty was just the lack of communication from Nacho Fortadell in the chair, just saying that if he could have told me that I was close to getting a point penalty, that would have been more helpful.
Is that the umpire's job then?
I think that's possibly up for debate, not technically. Federer knows the rules. He already had a code violation. If you get another one, it's a point penalty. And if you hit it into the crowd, more often than not, it doesn't really matter how you hit it into the crowd, but almost all the time you will be getting a code violation there. So I don't think he really disagreed with, I suppose, the sequence of events, just maybe saying that he wouldn't have done it if he'd been told.
Mr. Zverev is challenging the call on the right fast line. The ball was called out.
Zverev's turn to challenge. If he has lost this challenge, then it's not just the one. A couple in quick succession here, the German.
Second serve.
That's well left.
14 love. Mr. Zverev has one challenge remaining.
Keeping his cool when everyone else is losing their head in this stadium. Sasha Zverev, once again, a game away from his first top 10 win of the year and a fourth win over Roger Federer.
And if we just bring the focus back to Zverev, just once again, it's tough whenever you're playing against Federer, but especially with the level of tennis that he produced in that second set, and of course getting that point penalty. But for Zverev, he looks calm, he looks focused. His backcourt game, I just think, has been excellent. The shots on the run are just superb, and he looks so comfortable on them and confident, as if he can just do it over and over and over again. We know that he can pull off some great shots when he's pulled out wide, but just consistently, every time he's on the run, it's almost like watching a Murray or a Djokovic. When they're on the run, you just have every confidence they're going to come up with some sensational passing shot. We've seen that over and over from him. On top of that, the returns, it's been so far so good.
And of course, the recent controversy with the point penalty, in a way, Naomi, do you think that has been a good thing for Zverev? Because going into the point penalty, we were talking about those 5 match points, that would be lingering in his mind, and the fact that all of the argument with Federer and the umpire, would that have almost taken his mind and made him sort of forget what's gone before in that second set?
I think he'd already done quite a good job, actually, of wrapping up that second set. He was already kind of back playing well, looking quite positive, didn't see his head drop much at all. It would be very easy.
Oh, kind of feel Roger Federer was always going to win that type of a duel. More sumptuous hand skills at the net from the 20-time Grand Slam winner.
Or maybe just a little careless. But yeah, he's been really all business in this match. I think he's known that he can't afford to get down on himself. We have seen that from him, well, quite regularly.
It's almost a surprise he didn't make that. There's so many classic shot winners today, particularly off that backhand.
Yeah, I mean, we know that he does give himself a hard time a lot on the court, but wow, he's kept it together well.
Good fast service hold for Federer. Just asks the question of Sasha Zverev as to whether he can finally close this match out. He's served for it once already in 6-5. There was 40-love up in the game before we saw just insane tennis from Roger Federer. Will he be forced to produce that sort of tennis once again? Serving for the match. 5-3. Or is he going to do it again? Federer. Zverev is challenging here. This is his last challenge. We can't have more drama, could we? And you can just hear in from the crowd. They willed it in. It was in.
Well, Zverev will not be surprised that Federer is just stepping up and going for this hit. That's what he did in the second. It worked out brilliantly.
Just what Nacho Forcadell wants as well. The fact that one of the players is out of challenges, so a little bit more pressure on his shoulders. Caught in two minds there, Federer.
I just didn't quite make enough space to give him the option of both. For Zverev, he's only lost 3 points. Sorry, 4 points on serve coming into this game. Almost 5. Really has been clinical, offered up no break point opportunities. It's in this set.
I don't think he had a net there either.
It did, but it touches it. It touches it. I also hear it. Sasha. Machine line. Both of us.
The contrast from the crowd. Federer argues, it's silence. Zverev argues, there's boos. And we're talking about how well he's kept his cool. Just wonder whether he's just been bubbling under. Got to reset and refocus here, the German. 2 net calls in a row.
Mr. Federer is changing the call on the left, send the service line.
A release of emotion from Zverev. This time it's Federer's turn to challenge, and if he's wrong, he's out of challenges as the crowd scream out. They've not got their way this time.
30-15. Mr. Federer has no more challenges remaining.
It's been a fiery night, hasn't it? How much more firepower has Zverev got to get over the line? It's been a while since his last match point. Somehow Zverev has found his way to a 6th match point. It's the biggest win of Sasha Zverev's year, and it is a win like no other. You have to say that was a fabulous performance from the German, especially when you consider everything that happened at the back end of the second set. He had 5 match points in set 2, but he was able to reset, keep his cool, and play some phenomenal tennis in set 3 to book his place in the semi-finals of the Rolex Shanghai Masters for the 2nd year running. Defeats Roger Federer for the 4th time in his career. 6-3, 6-7, 6-3 in 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Well, it was a sensational effort from Federer to just find that sort of level seemingly out of nowhere at the back end of the set. The second set, it looked like a struggle all the way through. He was trying to find it, and it just wasn't happening. And then back right against the wall, now or never. And he decided to find a way to turn things around. But Zverev did not flinch when it came to that 3rd set. And you've got to say that that was a mature performance from Zverev. All sorts going on. Federer turning it on for a big chunk of points there in a row, and that breaker. And then, of course, some controversy there in the final set. Federer arguing, but Zverev just keeping his focus. 43 winners he fired down. Only 23 unforced errors. It was an outstanding and aggressive performance from Zverev. He looked so good from the back of the court. He was just comfortably moving from side to side, corner to corner. Winning the majority of the points under 5 shots. There's 76 of those to the 49 of Federer, so comfortably more of those going Zverev's way. That is really crucial because that's where Federer does a lot of his damage with the serve and first shot. When it comes to the serving numbers, look at that, 17 aces for Zverev. He really did serve well, and only 3 for Federer because Zverev was everywhere. He was reading the serve, he was firing it back well. We saw so many passing shots. We saw him dipping it down to the feet when Federer came forward. We saw him finding depth when Federer stayed back. Really, he had all of the answers and plenty of opportunities with 8 of those break points taking 4.
what a match, and what a result for Sasha Zverev, certainly helping his case for qualifying for the race to London as well. That's something that we pretty much forgot with everything that was going on. The point penalty for Roger Federer, that'll be talked about no doubt for some time, but at the end of it all, it is Sasha Zverev who books a meeting with the winner of the match between Matteo Berrettini and Dominic Thiem. They are next up, incidentally, on centre court, because we already know the other semi-final will be between Steph Tsitsipas and Daniel Medvedev. Tsitsipas taking out the top seed, Zverev taking out the second seed. It's all happening on quarter-final day here at the Rolex Shanghai Masters. And of course, as I mentioned there,